Hi and welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Generations Studio Series More Than Meets the Eye Collection, Transformers Devastation, Elite Seeker, and Ground Soldier. We got some more Devastation toys. These were the two that I was actually most excited about, I think. I've got, unfortunately, some small quality control issues. I just cannot seem to get the canopy of Ground Soldier to sit in place. I think I can fix that. I think I see what the issue is. It's a small bit of plastic that's causing pressure here that lifts this piece up. But it sucks that it came out that way. But ignoring the quality control, if we take off our cool sword, which is nicely painted, we do have a pretty good looking vehicle mode. I really like these front headlights that are painted. I like this like very pastel blue, looks really nice. I really like the cel shading here on this canopy piece. I think that looks really, really excellent. And we've got, you know, kind of that tinted back end and some lights. So all around, I think looks pretty good. It's just a real shame about that, you know, flappiness. Really frustrating because otherwise the toy is super nice. But our Elite Seeker here looks awesome. When I saw him in pictures, I thought he looked kind of plain, but the cel shading here really works. I think there's a big difference between what cel shaded looks like when it's a non-white accent paint job. For example, I'm comparing like to Wheeljack, where you can't really even tell that there's anything because of his white paint job, or Sideways, where Sideways looks better for sure. But something about it not being white, where it's orange and yellow, really, really makes it pop to me. It gives it more of that Devastation Comics, like cartoonish, cel-shaded style. I like the gray everywhere else. I think they picked out an excellent gray color here. It just looks like a mean, lean military machine. The black up top fades into two gray tones back here. We've got some Decepticon symbols on the back end. And we also have some really nicely painted null rays, some sick swishy swords. I think all around things look pretty good. And if we're comparing the whole lineup as it is, you know, here is, I believe, all of our current More Than Meets the Eye figures. Again, the only thing that's more than meets the eye about these is the fact that they have the windshields that are cel shaded allegedly. Everywhere else, it's not really selling that idea. But I do think in vehicle mode, these two are the best out of the whole bunch. Before we get into transformation and announce the winner of Jetfire, I do want to do a quick comparison against the existing molds. So here, obviously, I don't have the original Ramjet thrust, I forget. But I do have Sandstorm, and here's how they look in comparison. And I think they both capture different things. I think the thing that I like the most is that these blades really give this like airflow passage effect. I think that looks so nice comparing the two of them together. And then our Ground Soldier is obviously a Runamuck remold. I was really trying to fiddle with this guy and figure out like if there's anything I can do to get that canopy just set in nicely natively, and I don't think so. I think it has to be plugged in. But the originals, they do plug in pretty solidly, and here's how they look together. So I think he does a good job with the cel shading and then the headlights and stuff of looking different from them. I think he looks like a goon rather than just a repaint of those two characters, which I appreciate. So again, I think just as a box set, this one to me gives the most value out of any of the Devastation stuff. We have seen this transformation on this channel before, so we are going to fast forward through it. We'll be right back. All right, it is time to announce the winner of Studio Series 2025 Transformers Void Rivals Jetfire. Just as a real quick reminder, to enter this giveaway, you needed to comment on our live stream, or even though I didn't say it live, I did say, hey, it's possible to comment on our VODs if you did that. For the people that did chat live, the live stream, because it's longer than 24 hours, we got 310 views, which is awesome, raised $4,440, which is terrific. It didn't process the recording. So I did go down and I checked that there were no comments down here below, which is okay. No one left any comments there. But how do I get all the chat comments? Well, we do stream to YouTube and Twitch. So I was able to go to Twitch, and I got a printout of all the comments. So if you left something on YouTube, you did get included because we have RestreamBot take YouTube comments and repost them to Twitch. So I got all of you. So here are all the comments during our 24-hour live stream, which again, we appreciate all the support. The money went to a great cause. As of me recording this, prizes have gone out to the winners. I need to share the tracking info for you all, but those are in the mail. So before I go to Japan, those prizes have gone out. And again, it was a huge success. But if you left a comment here, great. Then the other place you could leave a comment would be our VODs. So I did break up the 24-hour live stream into a bunch of VODs. People watched them, but if we look at this comment column, there were not any comments left on the VODs. So the only comments included that I'm counting are the ones that were in chat during the live stream, because that's the only comments we got. That was the requirement to enter. Then here are the people who wanted to enter the giveaway. So if you left a comment and I saw you in that printout on chat, I gave you a little heart, like Big Man Caban, Dragoon MS, and all those. You got little hearts. If you failed to leave a comment in either the live stream chat or the live stream video comments or the VOD comments, then you do not get an entry into this one. I simplified it from the other one that I made more complicated than it needed to be. So we have 24 legal entries, 24 legit entries, I guess. And our winner is number 5. Number 5 is Riz Kirkness. Congratulations, Riz Kirkness. Once again, I am leaving for Japan really soon. If you can get in touch with me today, confirm that you won, and get me your shipping address, I'll get him shipped out to you before I leave for Japan. Otherwise, you got to wait till December to get your prize when I get back. But congratulations to Riz Kirkness. Thanks everybody for watching, and let's get back to the review. Congratulations again to the winner of Jetfire. Here are our two Decepticon goons in bot mode, and they do look really good. Again, it's these little splashes of color that take inspiration from the Devastation character models. Even though we have much more greebling, like this is less smooth than what a Devastation character looks like. The splash of red on the thighs, the contrast between the gray and the black, and then we have that cel-shaded canopy, even though it's partially hidden, it again does a lot of work. And the silver null rays look freaking amazing. I really, really like that. Same with the swords that we saw earlier and that face sculpt. I think this guy, like the Elite Seeker, looks really awesome in hand. I love the way the light plays on the silver while also interacting with the matte and glossy portions of plastic. Just really great. And his buddy, and we can sink that back down there. His buddy, my only disappointment, I guess, is this is coming out now when we're going to get that much smoother Seeker mold, which will look even better in Devastation style coloring. The Ground Trooper is also doing something awesome. Like, he's a little loose. I'd say the Seeker holds up really nice and tight. The Ground Trooper, I can feel that looseness in some of the thighs, especially in the knees. But it's that Runamuck Runabout mold. But it has a lot of character. It has a lot of practical posability. I love the different articulation we get on the shoulders. I like the sword that he comes with. Again, we get that cel shading on his chest. The back is kind of, semi-hidden away with his backpack. But we get a little bit of that on the chest. And again, these two tones of blue, this really helps break out and add more color into robot mode than what we saw originally in vehicle mode. And I think they both look great. It helps that the base molds are pretty fantastic. Here are Runamuck and Runabout, and here is Sandstorm. And we can see that this is the same mold. We've just gotten these swords. But the Trooper has a new head sculpt. And that new head sculpt, I mean, the original head sculpt looked good too. But that new head sculpt looks really fantastic. I love the visor, the silver face mask, and the red visor and the black helmet. I think it looks really, really nice. So they feel very distinct from any previous repaints, despite the fact that the remolding here has been pretty minor. In robot mode, they still stand out as the strongest of the line. We've got our Autobots. I think in bot mode, Optimus Prime is the best out of them. I think he's not the best mold, but he does the best cell shading out of the Autobots, because Sideswipe and Wheeljack don't really look like it at all. But these guys are good molds. I think they're better toys than Optimus Prime, and the cell shading worked better. I think if you're like, I want to get something to represent the Transformers Devastation game, do not get this Optimus Prime. He's just tiny and fiddly, and he's like a mediocre deluxe. And maybe you can get him on sale. If you can get him on sale for like 12, 15 bucks, great. But these guys, the 2-pack, I definitely pick up from Target. I know I got my pack late. People have had them for months. I finally got mine in. So I know Target still has them in stock. And like if you're, especially right now with Black Friday coming up, there are toy sales. If you can get this at discount, even better. But as is, I still give this a very solid recommendation. So I know earlier I announced the winner of Transformers Jetfire, the SDCC Jetfire. By now, Sideswipe, I believe, has a winner that will be announced when I get back from Japan. This Wheeljack is going into the mail before I go to Japan. That winner, I think, is being drawn like tomorrow and will be announced. So that's been announced already as of this video coming out. Time works funny when you're pre-recording content. The only giveaway that is active right now, I believe, should be Sideswipe, and then obviously Studio Series Devastator. But there might be some more announced, especially towards the end of the Japan trip. Thanks everybody for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye!